how can you avoid UTIs? First things first, personal hygiene. Make sure your personal hygiene is on point. Like, I cannot stress how much hygiene is very, very important to us. Hey guys, my name is Joan Miano, aka just Nimu, and here on YouTube I go by Joan Miano, and I'm so excited to be your guest this week on Girls in Kenya, killing it talking to you about a topic that's very close to my heart, that being personal hygiene. So if you love such topics, fun and educative topics, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let your friends know, share it out wide. And if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you thought about it, and if you have any topics that you'd love to be discussed, then leave them down there and I'm pretty sure they will be discussed. So as I said, for today's topic we're going to be talking about personal hygiene. I just love provoking people. I love opening up about issues that affect us female. Like, it's time for us to have a voice and talk about issues that affect us directly, not from a man's point of view but from our point of view. So when it comes to personal hygiene, it's something that you have to pay attention to, because so many things can go wrong if you don't take care of yourself properly. So we're going to go through a few questions that I have, and again, if you have any further questions, just leave them down in the comment section. Cool? So first question is, what is a UTI and what causes it? So a UTI is a urinary tract infection. That's basically an infection that affects your bladder, your kidney and your urethra. So if any of these three places are affected by bacteria, it becomes a UTI. I've had plenty of UTIs, like, I'm not going to lie. I think the first UTI I got, I was like 14 years, and that was because of going to a public bathroom, using the toilet paper that was there, so the bacteria entered my system and pop, I got an infection. And the fact that my body is so sensitive, UTIs just happen like this. So yeah, so how can you avoid UTIs? First things first, personal hygiene. Make sure your personal hygiene is on point. Like, I cannot stress how much hygiene is very, very important to us. So how to clean your vagina, that area of yours. Basic water. Just water from the shower. Like, when you're taking a shower, you clean. For me, I do it in 2 sessions. So when I enter the shower first, I wash my hands. Make sure your hands are always clean before touching your lady parts, because you don't want an infection. So I'm going to try and demonstrate with my hands. So these are your lips, and then like this is your clitoris, and then like your urethra is here, your vagina and all. So what I do when the water is running, I make sure like I direct the shower water into my legs and just clean in between my lips, just like that. And never go inside your vagina with your finger when you're cleaning. No, your vagina is self-cleaning. Like, it always cleans itself. It has its own system of cleaning, so never introduce anything new into that, because that will cause an infection. So I usually just clean around my lips, make sure everything is good, it's fine. I go under with my hand. So like, let's say this is my vagina, I just on the surface with my hand and all the way to my anus. Yeah, you have to just clean that whole part, clean it. Then I take my shower, nini stuff like that. Then again, right before I step out of the shower, I do the same routine again, just to make sure everything is completely clean. So that's the most basic way you can take care of your personal self, your lady parts, to avoid any infection. And then pat it down. Like, I have a separate cloth that I use to pat down that area, and then I usually wash it every single day, because again, if you use a towel that's used on your body, it can carry that dirt which can go into your vagina and again cause an infection. So you see, it's very easy for you to get an infection. You just have to make sure like you take care of yourself properly. And then when you go to the bathroom, make sure you empty your bladder completely. So that's point number 2. Empty your bladder completely. Even though you have to sit there for an extra 10 seconds and nothing is coming out, just do that so that your bladder is completely empty. Because if there's any urine left inside your bladder, it can cause infection to build up, and then again UTI. Like, wow, these things are, it's so annoying how simple it is to get a UTI, but it's just the small things. And then when you're wiping, wipe from front to back, because you don't want to wipe from back to front, because that will bring bacteria from your anus into your vagina, and that's, and so always wipe from front to back completely. Make sure everything is dry before you put on your underwear. or if you go commando before you put on your trousers, you know. System number 3, and now we're going into those sections if you're sexually active. So things that I do as a sexually active person with my partner: whenever I go to my partner's place, I usually make sure I wash my hands before anything happens. Again, if you have dirty hands and you touch your lady parts, or even you touch your partner's sections, you can easily get an infection, and nobody wants that. And then after that, we just make sure everything is always clean, like the sheets are usually clean, like just making sure your whole area is usually clean, because it's an infection. It'll get to you if it wants to. Like, it's very simple. As I say, it's very simple to get an infection. Tip number 4, always use condoms. Like, I know, like, I hate condoms. Like, it's not that I hate condoms, it's just like, when you're in it, like, you know, there's foreplay in it, then the guy has to stop and put on condoms. It's like, but they're very, very important. Very, very important to avoid STIs of any sort. Those are still infections, you know, so always have condoms. And if you're allergic to condoms, please find out what type of condoms you're allergic to. They're non-latex condoms, because I know some people are actually allergic to latex, and when latex condoms are used, it causes an infection. So if that tends to happen to you when you're using condoms, go for non-latex condoms and hopefully everything will be good. Cool. Tip number 5, after sex, you know, you're tired, you're relaxing, your endorphins, your happy hormones are all over the place, please go and pee. Yes, pee after every sexual encounter. And I don't know how much I'm going to stress that. This is because when you pee, the urine helps to remove the bacteria that might have penetrated during sex. Because, you know, especially if you're having vigorous sex, like there's in and out, in and out, in and out, and that in and out, in and out, in and out can cause bacteria to enter your vagina, and you don't want an infection. Excuse me. So after sex, just go and pee. That will help the bacteria flow out of your body, clean, and then if it's possible, take a shower immediately after. This just ensures you're being 100% careful that all the bacteria that's around that just comes out. Tip number 6, if you're somebody who does not have enough self-lubrication, as I said, our vagina is self-cleaning. That also means it produces lubrication when you're excited, when you're aroused. But if for some reason it's like during that time of the month when you're a bit dry, use lubrication. Like, buy lubrication and use it as an add-on, because also that act of having dry sex can cause bacteria to enter your body very easily. Like, I've been through that. It was an instant infection, like pap, just like that. So to avoid that, just get lubrication, and whenever you need it, just to use it. It'll help ease the sexual experience, especially because if you've had sex when you're dry, you know that's not good. It's no fun. Like, nobody is going to enjoy themselves. No. So yeah, those are a few tips. Another thing, if you're very committed with your partner, kindly go get tested for STIs. I know we all just usually go to get tested for HIV, stroke, AIDS, but if it's possible, just go get tested for STIs so that you're just aware of what is going on, because you never know what might happen. At times, your partner, human beings lie, especially if they want something. They lie about something to get to what they want. So it's just like, it's a topic of discussion you can bring up with your partner. Just be like, hey, we're in this together, we're enjoying each other's company, I love you, you love me. The different sorts of love, by the way. So I love you, you love me, so let's just go to get tested just in case. Okay, another tip, I think this is now tip number 8. If you're one who engages in anal sex, please do not go from anal to vaginal sex. No. This is another sure way for you to get an infection, because you're coming from your anus. Yes, you know, you have the picture of the anus in your mind. So you can imagine carrying that bacteria from your anus and then bringing it into your vagina. It's not a good idea. You'll get an infection immediately, and you do not want an infection from your anus coming into your vagina. Like, those bacteria, like, this is where you get rid of waste. Like, this is where you get rid of waste. To where somewhere that you're coming to bring it to your vagina, that's, as people say, your glory hole, like where it has its own self-cleaning mechanism. This is where pleasure is derived from. So that way you will get an infection. So if you do engage in anal, either start with vaginal and then go to anal, or just do anal alone. And if you want vaginal, like go have your partner get washed, wash himself and stuff, because yeah, nobody is about to have infections. Like no, I'm looking out for you. I'm seriously looking out for you. We do not want infections. Cool. Tip number 9. If you used sex toys as well, please make sure you clean them after use and you store them in a cool, dry place. We all know what happens in moist areas. You know, bacteria can grow, infections, fungi, mold, all those things. So you can imagine you forgot to dry off your sex toy and then you stored it, then you stored it, yes. Then you stored it and then it got moldy and then you accidentally use it in the dark and then you get an infection. So yeah, you have that picture in your head. You don't want that. So always wash your sex toys after you use them and store them dry. Cool. Another thing, do not pee before sex. Don't. And if you do, try take a shower and wipe. Because now, what happens when you pee before sex? It just allows that introduction of the bacteria, especially if you don't clean properly. There'll be some urine left, and then when you're having sex, that constant friction and stuff, the bacteria will latch onto the urine and then start entering either your vagina or your urethra, depending on how vigorous your activity is. So do not pee before. I know it sounds opposite to the pee after sex, but now just don't pee before sex. If you really have to, like wait a while, dry yourself, or even take a shower. These are just ways to avoid having infections. Just totally avoid having infections completely. So I think I've covered all the major points that I needed to avoid having infections. If there are any more tips that you guys have, just leave them down in the comment section as well. So next things next, let's talk about vaginal wash or femi wash or Vagisil. Like, you know, these companies have started coming out with products that you can actually use to wash your vagina, like they're like soap or something. I do not subscribe to that. I do not use such washes, because I honestly just believe in the power of water, you know, twice whenever you're taking a shower. But some of my friends have actually used them and they actually say they work really well, because you do not put the wash into your vagina. It's just around, you know, your lips, your area, just on the surface, just washing. So what it does, it leaves your area fresh the whole day, so you don't have to worry about odors or sweat or stuff like that. But honestly feel if you are healthy internally as well, like if you eat healthy, you exercise well and stuff, you can avoid all odors, like bad odors. And I also believe in the natural scent. I have plenty of guy friends and usually talk about sex and women and stuff, and they usually say that they love that natural scent, because some of these washes are actually scented, so like white jasmine or vanilla. I don't know, I don't subscribe to that. So the guy actually enjoys that natural scent that your body produces itself. Like it's mesmerizing, it's hypnotizing. So I don't think it's a must for you to use, but again, if you really want to try them out, you can get them at pharmacies, or even you can consult your gynecologist so they can prescribe, yes, something for you. So again, vaginal washes are there if that's an option that you want to use. I might test some out just to experiment and see how it goes, but again, I believe in the power of water. Okay, so that's basically how to take care of your lady parts through washing. So we talked about washing and stuff. Now we're going to talk about like underwear. You know that different types of underwears made out of different materials, but this is one thing you have to remember: cotton is your best friend when it comes to your underwears. Okay, especially if you're wearing it from morning to evening, cotton is your best friend. The cotton fabric itself allows your body to breathe, allows your vagina to breathe, allows your lady parts to breathe, and you really need that, because this will avoid sweat, this will avoid any odors. So it will absorb any sweat if you tend to sweat, and it will get rid of any odors because air is allowed to flow freely, and it just remains fresh all day. So cotton underwears are your best friend. But yeah, I get at times you want to be sexy for our partners, either silk underwears or satin underwears. But I'd recommend you wear them like when you're introducing foreplay, right before you're having sex. So your man is coming home, you're dressed in your robe, your silk underwears, you're feeling good for yourself. Just do that right before sex, because you do not want to stay the whole day in silk or satin, because it's not breathable. You are going to sweat and it's going to cause odors. So again, cotton is your best friend no matter what. Okay? Hydration is also another cause of UTIs, because when your kidney dries out, it doesn't have enough fluid to wash it out. It can start, the red blood cells can tend to start coming out, which can cause blood in your urine, or you just feel a pain, sort of pain on your side. Just know your kidney is suffering. So it's important to drink plenty of water, because the kidney helps, kidney gets rid of all the dirt in your body. So when you're constantly drinking water, like you're just flushing your system properly, just making sure everything is coming out of your system, there are no toxins left in your system, which means at the end of the day your body remains healthy, and also your lady parts remain healthy. Because when you pee and your urine is clear, that means there are no toxins in your body, you're properly hydrated, and your urine won't have a smell, which means even when you wipe, it's just like it remains fresh the whole day. So drink enough water for your body type, for your body size. It's recommended about 8 glasses of water, but the proper way to get how much water you need is dependent on your weight and your activities. So you can get those resources on the internet, like how much water you need for your activities and your body weight, and you'll be good to go. For me, it's about 2 liters of water, but I like to drink about 3 liters of water a day, just to make sure my system is always good. And water is good for you, for your skin, for your hair, for your nails. Like, it's just good for your overall body. Again, yogurt. Oh, yogurt, oh my god, I love me some yogurt. And as much as I'm lactose intolerant, like there are some companies that make sure like they don't have a lot of lactose in their yogurts, but yogurts are good for your lady parts as well, because of the probiotics that are found in the yogurt, which are good bacteria. They travel down to your vagina and they just ensure that everything is left clean, like your vagina is left feeling healthy and fresh. So if there's something you need to add to your diet as well as water, is like yogurt, because the bacteria in the yogurt are very good for your vaginal area, and it leaves everything clean, fresh, and that bacteria just helps everything flow well, everything in your body be well. So I think I've answered all the questions that are available in personal hygiene. If there's some questions I haven't answered, please leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed chatting with me, like having me talk to you guys. I hope I didn't talk fast. I kind of sort of tend to talk a bit fast, especially a topic that I enjoy talking about. So I hope I covered everything again. So again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you thought about this topic, and hopefully I'll see you soon. If not, head on over to my channel, Joan Miano, here on YouTube, and let's get to know each other. Okay, bye.